In this video, I'm going to be trying a TikTok hack that I've seen. It basically is like some easy way of doing French tips without having to like freehand it or do any of that extra stuff. But let me put the video on the screen so you guys have an idea of what I'm talking about. Side note though, when I went to go find the video to download it, the For You page got me, guys. Totally forgot why I was even on there in the first place. Next thing you know, an hour has passed. But anyways, let me show you the video. So I'm going to be using these polishes that I got from Gershion. I literally needed white polish the other day and it was cheaper to buy this pack of 6 than one polish on its own. So here are some swatches of the polishes. So I'm just going to be using pretty much all of the colours to try this nail hack. I also bought some of these French tip cutters off Amazon to be able to do this look. It comes in a pack of 6 I believe, or 5, not quite sure, but it was only like $6.99. Here I'm just showing you the different styles of nail cutters that it comes with. By the way, if you're new here, I do nails and I also do hair every once in a while. So if you're interested in that type of content, subscribe to me because it helps me out a lot and it's also free to do, so why not? Oh, I rhymed, wow. So I'm going to be using these 3. In the video they used the top left one, but I mostly wanted to try it with the V shape, but let me just use all 3 of those. I'm going to use this light pink as my base and I'm going to use my full nail tips because I didn't want to do it on my hand because I wasn't about to do my nails and then try this for it to fail. But here I'm just applying the pink polish to the nail. Don't judge my painting skills. Yes, I know they are terrible. I don't often paint my nails really, but this is 3 coats later and I was happy with how they turned out, and now I'm going to try this hack. For my first one, I'm going to be using the V-shaped cutter and the polish in the colours S069. I'm trying to read it as I'm painting, but let's see how this one goes. Also, I realised whilst editing, you're going to see me a couple of times, like right here. So in the video, I noticed she puts it on, like she puts the cutter on the nail and then just swipes away like ever so smoothly. But that wasn't working for me for some reason. I don't know what was going on. So then I just started pressing the cutter down onto the tip to finish off the lines because I figured, hey, this isn't going to work. But as you can see, I didn't give up. I attempted this a couple more times. But where I did kind of give up was I just grabbed my nail brush and decided to fill in the lines and not proceed with the nail tool, because I guess I could have wiped it off and started again, but at that time I was like, nah, not doing this right now. I'll try again on another nail. So here's the first one. Looks alright from afar. I mean, the lines are crooked, you can see on that right side, but we go again with this bright ash yellow colour and the rounded nail cutter. By the way, at some points you might hear me say cutter and sometimes I might say cutter. It's some weird thing that English people do where we just don't pronounce the 2 T's in the middle of a word. So I try to say cutter so people can understand what I'm saying, but sometimes I slip and I say cutter. But if I say cutter, do you understand what I'm saying if you're not an English person? I don't know, let me know. But anyways, here is the second attempt of this. Right, so this is crooked right off bat, I will say that. But let's see. Yep, doesn't work. What it did do though is it did the smile line for me, which is great, so I can just paint the edge of it, but didn't work. And as you can see here, I just put my things down because I wasn't I was just like, okay, this doesn't work, I don't know why I'm wasting my time. Then something in me said, you're gonna keep going, so I added some more paint, tried to swipe again, and clearly nothing happened. I mean, something was happening, but just not much. So I gave up again and I eventually started using my nail brush to fill the rest of it in and complete the smile line. Also, a side note for this part where you're filling it in with the actual gel polish is really hard, because trying to not go over the smile line into the base color is so hard. It's such a task. At some points I wasn't even breathing because I didn't want to move and accidentally smudge it. But this is my third attempt using the bright green on the V-shaped cutter. I really want the V-shape to work like so bad so that I don't actually have to freehand this at all, but it just wasn't working for me. But let's see how this one turns out. Is really all I can say. I mean, there's some coverage at the top which I haven't been getting with the other ones, but it didn't do what that video did. So I was just pressing the cutter onto the nail to try and finish the line all the way to the edge of the tip so that I wouldn't have to freehand it and mess it up. And as you can see, I had to freehand it and I indeed messed it up. I honestly, I don't know why the patience, I had so much patience this day. Like on any other day, I would have literally left after the first nail. I would have turned off my light and been like, nope, bye, not doing this anymore. But I am glad I stuck through this and did all the rest of the nails, because at least I got to say I tried it, you know. So there goes that one. Not much I can say but crooked. So on to the next one. So for this one, I used the one that the creator used in their video, and I'm going to go over white. So let's see how this one goes. Okay, so I realize I'm out of shot here, so I'm like, yeah, let me move back into frame so you can see what I'm doing here, right? Then I say, oh, whilst editing, I was like, I'm gonna move, aren't I? I'm gonna move before I show this, aren't I? And then I'm like, oh no, I'm not moving, and I'm swiping, and it works when I'm not in frame. I was so upset about this. I was like, oh my gosh, it worked, and you didn't see any of it. But editing me is about to go do it again, and then I'll show you. I even paused. I looked up on my camera and was like, yeah, I'm in frame. No, you wasn't in frame. So I'm going to go do it again, and I'll be back to show you. I'm going to put that footage in so I can show you how it actually looks in frame and not out of frame. Okay, so this is the retake of that really bad one that wasn't in frame. I'm pressing on it because it was falling off the tack, but here is the swipe in frame. But unfortunately, it wasn't as good as the last one because it didn't cover it completely. So I swiped it again to try and get full coverage, but it didn't work. But that's just the swipe again. So back to the one that wasn't in frame. I did have to touch up the sides, whereas the one I literally just did, I didn't have to do that. It covered it completely, so this does work. So this is my go-to method from now on. No more having to draw the lines, not breathing, not trying to move a muscle. So yeah, this is a TikTok hack that actually works. Side note, this is the most energy I've had. I can even hear how fast I'm speaking. Not because I'm excited or anything. I think it's because I had 3 teaspoons of JB coffee. If anyone knows what that is, you're only supposed to have, they say 1 and 2 if you really need it, but I've had 3, so I think this is why I'm so hyped. But anyways, that is literally it for this video. I will say it takes getting used to. You have to swipe it a couple of times to kind of get the motion down, because I realize you just can't put it on and swipe. There's angles to it and everything. So I'm going to try this again off camera and try and perfect it and just get it down to a T, and then this will definitely be my go-to method. But I applied top coat to all of them, and this is how they look. For the first attempt, not gonna lie, it doesn't look bad. If this was on my hand, I'd rock it, but I wouldn't be putting my fingers in people's faces because then they'd see the lines are a little bit off. But anyway, shout out to Sweet Blossom Nails on TikTok. This is a great idea, and let me know what you thought in the comments. If you like this, like, comment and subscribe, and thanks for watching.